Hi friends, welcome to my crafty desk. Sandra here at Blossom and Inspire. Today's video we are going to work on some challenge mail that I need to send out. I hope everyone is doing well and enjoying all your moments. I know I sure am. I've been super busy. I say that every time, but I think I'm just always busy. But that's great. It keeps me out of trouble for the most part. Anyways, I was challenged recently. I had posted that video on Monday, this past Monday. Anyways, that video was of me opening up a Happy Mail. Or not a Happy Mail. Oh my goodness. Well, it was a Happy Mail. It was a slow down. That video was of me doing a journal flip through of a journal that I just purchased at a really great price, by the way, and also by that same person that I purchased the journal from. Her name is Tracy Hines, aka Nanner Bananer. I will link her in the description box below, or to the side, or wherever that description box is for you. Anyways, also in there was a piece of mail, and it was a blind, what was it called? Blind bag challenge. And in that blind bag challenge were 2 items for me to create something if I wanted to partake. So I did it. I did it. I made, and I did it on a video. I posted that. And now the other part of that is to send this to somebody else if I would like to play it forward. And I do. So I'm going to send this to 4 people because so to 4 YouTubers so that they can also be challenged. Because what is the rule of thumb? You invite twice as many people as you want to join in because generally only a quarter of them will participate. So my hopes is by sending 4 that at least one person, my actual hopes are that all 4 people will do it, but for one, right? All right. So I thought I would go ahead and get on a video and do this. I already started the process. So actually, let me change my mat out so I don't keep destroying this one, and then we will get to playing, and I'll show you my plan. My plan. My plan. I've got a plan. Hard to believe. Let me take this one off too. Actually, what I want to do is I want to get all the way on my super messy mat. The one I've destroyed over the course of almost 3 years. Can you believe it? Almost 3 years of doing YouTube. In March, it'll be 3 years. I feel like that's close enough to say almost 3 years. Anyways, which means that's going to be an anniversary. Oh my gosh, something else I got to think about. Oh no. Okay. Anyways, so what I did is, you know, when Tracy sent me mine, I don't have that paper. Oh, it's in the office. She sent me the little slip that she created. Now, Tracy Hines is the one that created this little challenge here, and it is #BlindBagChallenge. Now, so what I did is I went and I retyped everything up. I do not know how to make all these fun borders and things like that, but I wanted mine to look pretty also. So I just retyped hers up. Of course, I changed it to you've just mystery mailed. I forgot the word bin. That's okay. It's already done. We're just going to go with it. So it says you've just been mystery mailed. I'm missing that word. I'm going to just write it in there. You've just been mystery mailed by Sandra Wildermuth at Blossom and Inspire Sandra. Looks a little blurry because I did it on my copy dyed paper and I did not iron it before I put it through my machine. Anyways, it just talks about that. It says your challenge is to create a junk journal embellishment using both items somewhere in your design. There are no rules beyond that. Just let your imagination run wild. Once you've created your piece, share it on your YouTube channel, Instagram, and or community post using the hashtag #BlindBagChallenge so everyone can see what you've made, what you made. You will also find a small handmade embellishment from me. That's what we're going to work on. As a thank you gift for playing along, and then optional play it forward twist. If you're inspired, send 2 random items. See, she says 2, but there's no rules, she said also, so I can break the rules and send 4. From your stash to another crafty friend. And then I just added that plural S and challenge them to make something to keep and create, keep the creative chain alive all year long. This was started, and then I just added this on the bottom because I want to give Tracy this credit for starting this wonderful challenge here to keep us all connected together. Hold on one second. Bye, I love you, babe. I love you. And so it says, so I just put down here, this was started by YouTuber Tracy Hines, aka Nanner Bananer, and then her YouTube handle at Tracy Hines, aka Nanner Bananer. So there we go. But I forgot the word. How silly. So silly. Let me see. This is a number 5. Do I have a number 3? Yeah, number 3. Let me see. Do I have a scrap paper? I do. I think right here. All right, that's small. I think it's going to be the smallest I'm going to find. So it says, you've just been, there we go. Lordy, okay. So you've just been mystery mailed. Goodness gracious. So these will have already been in the mail. And these, and whoever has these, you've just, am I putting it in the right place now? Will already see this. And then they'll be like, if they watch my video here, they'll be like, oh, okay, that's what happened. Okay. Although, I mean, it's obvious. I forgot it. You've just been, okay. I know I'm supposed to put the little arrow, but I'm not going to worry about that. I don't want to mark them up too much because I think the papers are pretty. And also, they can use the back of these pretty copy dye papers anywhere else they want. So, in their, to keep in their own stash. Okay, so we have that. Let's put those aside. And then what I grabbed is, these are index cards that I had put washi tape on a long time ago. And I have a lot of them in my stash. So I actually grabbed 5 because I'm going to make 5. I'm going to send 4 out and keep 1 for me. And then I took some wallpaper because I've been playing with my wallpaper. I have so much wallpaper and I've been playing with it. It's actually been very, very fun. It's really nice to have, it's just, technically, I feel like in my mind, it's like having any other kind of scrapbooking paper. It's just got a different texture, a different feel, and it just has a different element of something that you're using in your stuff. It's not just paper. It is wallpaper. So it's, I don't know. It's like material. So it's not just a bedspread. This is vintage Chanel, or it is a vintage sheet, or it's, I can go, use sheets all day long, but when I have vintage sheets, that's another story. That is another story. So I cut these little pockets. They are 3 inches. Are they 3 by 3? They are 2.5 tall by 3 inches wide because that's how wide that is. And then I just put a little punch in there for that and inked around the edges so they stand out. And that's it. So I'm just making something super easy. Like I said, I'm super, super swamped and busy, but I want to partake in this. I think it's such a creative and fun thing to do. So I'm going to get those all on there. Let's see. More scrap paper, please. I'm singing to myself. Let me get this off. And then we'll just stick this under here. Oh, like that. There we go. So I think I love stitching, so I'm going to stitch them. I'm going to just do one thing at a time. Slow down. Slow your roll, girl. I want to do some stenciling. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. It is, what do I have here? I'll just grab a handful here. That, that could look nice. The trees, I don't think I want the trees. I don't want really flowers. It's just not that time of year. This is like really starburst. I kind of like these. This is rose. I think this is roses maybe. I mean, it's flowers, but I like them. Oh, there's this one also. Okay, maybe we'll do that one. Get all of those back over there. I'm supposed to be gentle with my stuff. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this one here. And I'm just going to keep them all the same, pretty much the same. But let's see. Like so. And then I'm going to open up my vintage photo because that is the one I'm going to be using. And let me grab a brush over here. I think there's gold on that. That's okay. We can mix them a little bit here. That doesn't matter to me. All right, so I'm just going to lay some of this ink down for the stencil. I know I went down further than I needed to, but I always want to make sure I get it underneath that pocket. Do you ever do that? Do you do it just enough and then you have that little space right there? You're like, oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Well, that's me generally. So I didn't want to do that. All right, so I have that one done. Just do a few of these really quick. A few of them. We'll do all of them. Anyways, this is pretty exciting. I have to say, when I first received it, I was a little nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so busy. What is Tracy thinking? And she's probably thinking, girl, I'm busy too. She is way busy and she works full time. I mean, I always say I don't work full time, but I do work full time. I work at home doing a lot of stuff. But, and now that I'm doing sales also monthly, that's really a full-time job. And even though it's once a month, it's still it's a full-time job for me because I'm sourcing and, you know, I'm getting I've already sourced. I'm getting things priced and put together, packaged, all that good stuff. And then I took on the consignment thing, which I'm loving, but it is that's basically another part-time job. So that. And then there's, oh, that's pretty. I like it a little bit darker, so maybe we'll go over this one just a little bit more. This one could be mine if I have met. So, but I guess, you know, she probably thought, maybe she's watched me enough to see that, okay, Sandra will get things done if she doesn't have time. And that's the truth. That is the truth of the matter. I think that's why I got so many things done when the kids were younger and I worked full time. It's because I did not have time. I did not have time to put things off. It just, you know, you just had to do it. It was sink or swim, do or die. I wasn't ready to die. So I did. My daughter's a lot like me, and I feel like she's going to be the same when she's done. She's like, oh my gosh, Mom, I thought when the kids all grew up and moved out and work slowed down, I'd have time to do all the other things, like, you know, clean the house and just relax. And nope, that doesn't happen. Cleaning the house, who wants to do that anyways? All right, I also want to do a little bit of inking on the edges because I am an inker. I know not everybody's an inker, but it's an embellishment made by me. I am an inker, so an ink and we will go. So once I get the pockets on there, I may go ahead and round the corners at that point, because I also like rounding corners. I'm not positive yet. I'm still thinking that through. So I like the colors on the back. I was going to add stenciling back here, but I think I'm going to leave it just for journaling space. And it can be, you know, more can be added to that by the persons that are getting these. Okay, I need this still for some gluing, because we're going to be doing the gluing. Doing some gluing. All right. I need to grab this guy here because, let's see, haven't opened it in a while. Oh, I'm gonna get my hair off there. I keep running my hands through my hair because I'm hot, and then I keep bringing it back here. So to my table. So this is my art glitter glue, and this is my little, obviously my skinny, what's it called? For the line, for this small line there. Put that on there. So the wallpaper I'm using is not it's not a real thick, it's very lightweight. You know, wallpaper, they're all different. So this one's more of a lightweight paper. And that's what I was wanting to play with on these. And that's pretty. Plus, it was also one of the first ones I grabbed that was a more neutral tone that I felt I could go with whatever I'm doing here. That one. Let's do this one. So this is going to be fun. I'm excited to see people post these. I know we're supposed to be doing the hashtag blind bag challenge. So that's what I did with mine. But I'm also hoping, I also tagged Tracy because she sent it to me. So I also tagged Tracy in the description box. And I really hope that whoever I send these to, if they do it, I hope they tag me also so that I see it. Because I want to make sure I watch it. Because I think that this is going to take off. It's just such a fun little thing to do. And so there's probably going to be like a bazillion different people to watch, which is also cool because you're going to probably meet new YouTubers that you didn't even know were out there. Possibly. I mean, that's what happens to me anyways. I'm like, oh my gosh, how have I been on YouTube this long? Because I've been watching YouTube for, oh my gosh, you know, about, I don't know, 2 or 3 years before I even started my channel. Maybe even longer, 3. I started when I started my hand surgeries, and I think I started my hand surgeries in 2017 or 2018, and I didn't start my channel until, oh my gosh, let's see, 2026 will be 3 years, so 2023 is when I started. So yeah, 18, 19, 21, 22. So I've been watching YouTube and watching people and just stalked their channels for years before I started doing my own. And I started watching them, and then I was watching a lot of them. I was home, and I couldn't work. I had those hand surgeries, and I was home. It was a long recovery process. Each hand surgery was a 3-month, I think 3 months of recovery. And maybe a little bit shorter before I had to go back to work. But because of what I did for work and how I had to use my hands and twist and turn and all that stuff, my recovery was a little bit longer for home. Anyways, I was home alone, and I I wasn't doing anything. So I started watching YouTube, and then I started trying to craft a little bit, get back into crafting, because it had been years since I crafted. And then I found, I thought, oh, I'm going to make, I think I've said this before, I started making cards. I was like, I'm going to try and make cards. I used to sell, close to my heart many years ago. I kind of got into it just to get all the free things, and then what are they called? There's a name for that when you're a kit collector or whatever. Anyway, so I thought I'd do a little bit of parties, try to see if I can earn some stuff for myself. Basically, it was all I was trying to do. I didn't do that for very long, and then I did it again years later for Stampin' Up. Same situation. Anyways, long story short, or short story long, I'm not sure which way this is going. I stopped crafting altogether. I bought my flower shop, and then all my energy went into that, and I just stopped crafting. So anyways, now here we are. Kids are grown. They're moved out. I'm at home. I've just had surgery in my hands. I'm getting really bored. And I thought, let's start crafting again. Let's see what I have left. Because I had given away so much of my stuff. Like, I didn't sell it. I gave it away. I gave away a Cricut. I gave away all kinds of stuff. So I grabbed what supplies I had, and I thought, I'm going to try and make some cards. And then as I was making the cards, I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot how bad I am at making cards. I'm not very good at it because I can't cut a straight line. I can't glue a straight line. I mean, it's really hard when you're trying to mat stuff, if you can't do it straight. So I started watching YouTube, and I was looking up on Pinterest, I think, for cards. And one thing led to another, and I found somebody doing mixed media, and I didn't know what mixed media was. I never heard the term. Well, maybe I haven't. I just didn't know. So goodness gracious. And so that sent me off on a thing. So now these are the offcuts of the copy dye paper from these. So I thought I would just put these inside. I'll just tuck these inside of there. Let's see. And then I'm just going to do kind of a soft fold, not a real heavy fold right there. And then just pop that in there. It's going to be the make is going to be simple. It's going to be very simple. If I can get that in there. Come on, paper, don't fold up on me. Anyways, so then I thought, I seen the word mixed media, and I was seeing these cards, and I was like, oh, I want to find some more of these cards that people are making. How do I look them up? Because I was just learning how to use YouTube also. And so that's where I found the word mixed media, I think. And I was like, okay, I'll put that in there. And then my world exploded. I was like, okay, so now, but I'm still making cards, but now I'm making basic, kind of like more of a mixed media. I'm using textiles and fabrics and laces. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I love all that stuff so much. So now I'm using that stuff. And it doesn't matter if my lines are straight because I can fix anything with lace or trims or all these things. And I was like, hallelujah. Oh, I got to figure out which ones I'm going to send away because I don't have one of these papers for all of them because I did not give myself an invitation. Anyways, just soft folds, Sandra, soft folds. Okay. I like this one. This one has some foliage up there. This one has a flower. That one has a flower. And I like this one because it has the strawberries. So let's do that one here. And then I'll keep this other one for me. I can put anything in there. All right, then. Oh, I don't know why I filled those up right now. I want to stitch them, and I don't want to stitch this paper in there. This one has some of that empty space. Let's go this way, kind of like that, just for a little bit something different. Anyhow, and then one thing led to another, watching these cards, and then I seen somebody doing a journal. I was like, what? And I remember thinking, oh yeah, I'm not making a book. Like, who do I think I am? But I started watching them, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, here I am on painkillers watching these people make all this stuff, and I'm just like, whoa, that I could do this. I was like blown away. So that's how it started. Okay, so those are done so far. We've gotten that far. I'm just putting those together right now just so I can see what it is I want to add. My stitching is, I have plenty of room to stitch, and I can always refold those if I need to. But I honestly think I'm just going to stitch the bottom. I don't think I need to stitch the whole pocket, just the bottom. I'll sign it when I'm done. But I have to add lace because lace gets added to everything I make. It's just the way I am. I got to make it happen. So, thinking maybe just a little piece there. I don't know how much I need. Scissors. Scissors. Everybody's everywhere else. Let me see if I just need like a little tab. I kind of like this. Hold on a second. Hold the phone, girl. I could have put that there. If I would have not punched that out, I could have just put that there. But I did it, so too late. Maybe this isn't the lace I'm going to use. Let's see. Let me pause you for a second. I'm going to go on the hunt. Oh, wait. I have the sari right here. Maybe this is what I'll use. No. I just pulled pieces out of the giveaway. Lordy. Okay. That's a whole... I have to count those now again. I need to get them out of there. It's a natural disaster over here. All right. Let's see. Anyhow. I don't even know why I was telling you all that stuff. I think I was just rambling on. Ooh, okay. Let's see. I don't know. The only thing is about this thing is I don't know how to get all this stuff out. So I'm going to end up with some like small pieces chopped up somewhere because I just keep snipping it out like that. So how about if I just make some like bows? Let's see if I can get any bows here that I like and just add a bow. Some stitching, a little stitching and a little bow. Whoops. And then anybody that guesses who's a lace lover, they're like, I thought she was going to add lace. But I mean, I still can. Okay. There we go. There we go. Come on. I'm trying to make it tiny, but I don't think I can. Okay, that's cute. I can do that. Is that too big? I need to make 4 of them. Okay. All right. I like that. Okay, let's cut that tail. And then I don't think they're going to be that big though, so. Oh, that might be too small. Jiminy Christmas. So sometimes, so if it's supposed to be in, it doesn't matter. I'm giving it away. Okay, let's just make those bows. So we want to get a bow. Get a bow, get a bow. And I must be in the mood to make bows. My hands must be happy. Let me just make another long one there. I think I might just keep this one. I might just make a couple of long. I like long tails. So that's a little long, extra long, but that's okay. I'll just wait. We'll figure it out in a minute here. Okay. Come on. Well, I spoke too soon about my thumbs, my fingers. Oh, see, I'm going to need more here. So let's go here. There's that one, and then I'll just grab another piece here. That's a real thin piece, though. Okay, let's do that. Alrighty. And then I think I'm going to use a sticky dot on these just because the knot is kind of like a bulky thing. And then that way, whoever gets this, whoever I send these to, if they want, they can take the bow off and then they have a piece of sari. That's another reason why I wanted these tails to be long, so that there's like extra sari. So, you know, it's just kind of one of those things. Trying to think outside of the bow. Just getting outside the box there. Like, what would I think about, like, how would I do it? Like, if I had something like that, like, maybe I would like the piece and I want to put it in something that I'm making, but maybe that little knot's driving me crazy. So I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? I mean, do you do that? Some people are like, nope, I don't touch it. I leave it exactly the way it is. But I feel like once it's yours to do with what you want and to decorate or to manipulate or to redo, not redo, but like resituate things to the way it makes you happy as you're working on things. Like, I don't know. I think that's okay to do that. But I think there might be some people may get their feelings hurt. I think it's the same thing as like the gifts. That's another reason why my husband and I don't do gifts, is because, you know, if he buys me like pajamas, for instance, I'm going to use that as an example because this happened. So he bought me these pajamas, and I was still in my 20s, and he bought me old lady pajamas. Like, now would I wear them? I probably still wouldn't wear them now just because it had those big buttons down the front, like this nightgown thing. I don't know. And I was like, boy, like, do you know what's happening? Do you know what's going on my front side of my body? Like, those buttons, oh, I'm going to have, no, that's not going to work for me. Sorry. Anyways, and he got his feelings hurt because, I'm going to keep that one for me. Anyways, he got his feelings hurt, and at that point, he didn't want to buy me gifts anymore. All I said was, I didn't say all that mean stuff though. I said, hey, I love this, thank you. I go, but do you mind? Would you mind if I went back to the store and exchanged it for a different type of night pajamas, because I can't. And I wanted him to know why though. I'm like, oh, I can't do these buttons. They're gonna hurt me. Anyways, and it hurt his feelings. So he did get hurt. I feel bad about that, but I couldn't wear it. I couldn't wear it. So let's see, I want sticky dots. Where are my sticky dots? I'm going to put those on there. But now I feel like I've added this other color. Is that the right thing? I'll be right back. I need to get lace. I'm going a mile a minute. Okay, I found some lace, and and I also stitched the pockets. So let's see, this is going to be mine. And we'll throw that one up there. That one's last. I put some paper back in here to see. I also decided, I didn't get the sticky dots. What should I do with those? Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to go get the sticky dots because I'm gonna put the bow right there. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick it at the top, and I'm going to put the lace on the back. So 2 things the lace is gonna do for me in the back is it's gonna give me, So since I didn't do like a back stitch, which I don't know much about sewing, do I need to do a back stitch on this? Maybe. I mean, look how well I do this. I got my stuff all tangled up. Okay. So, come on. How do you fix this? These are the questions you can ask Tracy because she is a seasoned seamstress. Okay. She's a stitcher. All right. So, I think what I'll do now is, as I'm seeing that, I'm just going to go ahead and cut these off. On all of them, because I'm going to glue the lace down on the back end anyways. And I guess I'm really bad about that. I did it to all of them. This one, I'll get those off. Whoops, I'll cut the card too. Secret, don't tell anybody. Okay, the lace is going to hide that. All right. Let me get this one too. And then, anyways, I just thought, if I'm going to make something if I'm going to be crafting at my crafty desk, then I might as well bring my friends along for the ride, because this is kind of the fun also, isn't it? Because what if nobody does it? And I just sent 4 of these out, and I'm just like, well, nobody did it. I just made that craft. I didn't share it. I think it's cute. Nothing spectacular or new about what I'm making here, but the only thing new is that I'm actually making something. Like, I didn't just stop. Okay, let's get all these back in. That one doesn't get one. Let's get all their little papers back in there. So I don't forget. They're cute. I like them. I think this is super adorable. Get that one in there. I have another paper somewhere. I should have one more paper somewhere. And I don't know what I did with it. It will turn up. And, there's only one in there, right? One in there and one in there. It'll turn up. For now, we need to focus on the lace. So it's all about the lace. Lordy, I hope it shows up. Okay, there it is. Found it. Okay, get that one in there also. So not only do I need to send this, I need to send the 2 items. So the 2 items that I sent, I'm not going to show you because I don't want anybody to see them. Well, I guess, I can show them to you because like I said, I'm mailing these out today in today's mail. Today is November 12th, and the video won't be posting until the following week. I don't know. Maybe I won't show you. You know, because it's like a blind bag challenge. So what if they don't open their mail yet? What if they're on vacation? Okay, so okay, all the ifs. What if? Okay, put these aside for a minute. We're not doing those. And then we're going to do the backs of these. Turning them over. And then look at, that's a mad mess right there with that loop. I'm just going to have to glue it down. Glue it down. Let's see. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put it down. So, and then I'm going to take this crocheted lace and I'm going to put some of that on there too. So I'm going to layer it on the back so the back is also decorative. That's what I'm doing. Let's use some of this. So I know I want this to be down. Get down there. And I want to put this lace here. But I'm going to do it backwards because I'm going to let it lay over and I'm going to have something else on the back here. I just want it to go over a little bit though. See, like that. And I want the front to face this way. That's why I did it upside down. This way. Okay. And then scissors. I keep closing them up. Where's my smaller ones? Okay. We'll just do this. We'll let that one dry. Next, we'll do this, the next one here. I brought a couple of different laces because, as you can see, I'm not going to have enough to do all of them with this one piece. I thought this was going to give me enough to do 3 of them, though. Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way. There you go. Oh, maybe I do. Two, 3. Oh my gosh, the red fuzzies from that sorry are just getting everywhere. Let's see, and then I want this one also to be this way. Yeah, it's cute. All right. Nicely done. Nicely done, Sandra. Don't cut the card. I need to go find my smaller ones. Okay. I've been using these bad boys for a very long time now. I know scissors don't last forever, but I have a special attachment to these. These ones and my small ones. My good friend Debbie L. She bought them for me a long time ago, like really close to the beginning of YouTube. And she watched me struggle so much with my hands, and she gifted me through Amazon. She sent these 2 pairs of scissors, and I love them. And I used to call them my Debbie Snips forever, and then I guess I just haven't been crafting for a while, so I kind of forgot their name. But I call them the small ones. What did I do with them? Here they are. She bought both of these for me, and they are the Fiskars Easy Action. It's got the spring right here. I guess there's a couple of different kinds, but these ones are easy, and I love these ones. And I love that I can do, I have to do it that way, but I can grip it like this. And Fiskars Titanium. These ones are still pretty sharp, but I do think, I don't know how to sharpen them. Maybe that I just need to learn how to sharpen. All right, let's see. Let's get this glued down a little bit better. a little bit better because I'm not making a pocket back here. It's just purely decorative. Oh, before I do that, I might be snipping it off. So I don't want it to be super thick. I'm going to be putting that there. So I just want it there on this above those flowers, but I don't necessarily want that white edge. So let me just see if I can get that off. Let me use my Debbie Snips. Because if this is a piece, I can use this for later. I can still use it. I don't hardly have any lace, you know, so I got to save every little scrap. But if they're not going to be used, why would I waste it? I have literally cut the centers of my lace projects out because I had something sitting on top. I was like, no, I'm not wasting all that lace. No. I know I'm not the only one. Okay. Put those over there. And then we'll take this. I still have that one over there to do, but it's going to take a different lace. Let's see. I have this one, and I have this one. Kind of a little bit of a skirty. I like that. I think that'll be pretty. And I don't have to trim anything extra. This one is a little bit more. Yeah, let's do this one. Go down the line. And even though I'm not sending mine out, I think I'm going to add the lace on it because I like this look. I do. But it does have to go backwards so that the front shows on the front. And let me just cut some of this because it's already, like I must have been unraveling it at some point. So I was unraveling. Oh, I see. When I cut it, it unravels. Okay. I better get her down, though. Get her down, then. There we go. Red fuzzy can come out. Oh, yeah. That's cute. I like that. I actually wish I would have had more of that. It's even cuter until I look at that one, but I do like the skirty lace. I remember when I was first watching YouTube and a lot of people were like, oh, I don't like this big wide lace. And I was like, why don't they like it? Why? I don't understand. You can always cut it down. And I didn't even know what I was doing. It was just my imagination that was taking me to all these crazy places. Like, you can cut it, you can squish it, you can roll it, you can do all kinds of things with it. You can just look at it. It's so beautiful. But anyways, I heard the same thing about these little skirty ones, the little ruffles. The same thing. It was like, if you and I knew somebody, well, I remember when I was first watching it, they were like, oh, they weren't that good. So I had a whole bunch of skirty and I cut all of the stuff off of them. I was like, okay, that's not what we're doing. We have to keep it this way. And then I regretted it. And I was like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. From now on, if I see something and I like it, I don't care if it's in style or if it's what everybody else is. I don't care. I'm going to keep it if I like it. Period. Okay. So now let's start with these ones first. And this one is going to go here. Let's cut a little bit more of that off. And then I'm just going to put some more of this glue down. Get that one done. Get the glue down on this one. You can do 3 of these at a time, I'm sure of it. The fabric's something you don't have to worry because it doesn't dry right away. It just gets nice and sticky for you. Okay, we'll put that one there. Oh, wait, but do I want these to go up? No. I don't. Or as my dad always said, I don't. I don't. I don't know why he said that, but it makes me smile, so I will say it too. My son says it too, my oldest son. He was really close to my dad. All my kids were actually really close to my dad. All my kids were actually really close to both my parents, and I was very grateful for that. I love that. You know, my childhood, my growing up was very, very different, very, very different. I know a lot of people have very different childhoods, and they weren't the best memories to have. But what I do have from that is that I know 100% that my parents did better than what they got. They did the best with what they knew and learning along the way. And they were amazing grandparents. And I am very grateful for that. And I'm very grateful that I'm able to see that and recognize that. So, because I have, just whatever. Life is what life is. And it's, got to enjoy it or not enjoy it, but it's up to you. It's up to you. I used to tell my Girl Scouts that when I was a Girl Scout leader. I'd tell them, your happiness is your responsibility. And I know that's a hard thing to hear when you're a kid because you don't get a lot of say in the choices that are being made in your life. But always, as you grow, remember this is very important. Your happiness is up to you. It is your responsibility and your responsibility alone. Do not give anybody else that power. That is yours. They were like, what? I had parents who were like, Sandra, what are you teaching the girls? And I said, how to love themselves. Because if they love themselves, they'll love others. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Okay, this is really cute. I like it a lot. I do like it a lot. Okay. All right. Funny TMI story about my Girl Scouts. Many, many, many years later, after everybody's grown and adults, my friend who I went on that girls trip, one of my friends, Jen, who I went on that girls trip recently with, she said, hey, Sandra, I got invited to go to one of those adult parties, for ladies. I was like, oh gosh, for the lingerie and other things. And I was like, oh my gosh. And she goes, you want to go? I was like, no, I really don't. She goes, come on, because I'm always joking. So she's like, come on, you're going to have fun. I'm like, no, seriously, like, I'm super shy. Like, I really am. I'm all talk. Like, she goes, please just go with me. I promise I'd go, and I have to go. And I was like, all right, I'll go with you. So I was like, I didn't know where we were going. So when we get there, guess whose house is that? It's at one of my Girl Scouts from when she was a kid. I was like, this is super awkward. Anyways, that's my TMI story for today, friends. You're welcome, or I'm sorry. I'm not sure which one you would like, but I put them both out there for you. Take what makes you the happiest. All right, let's get these turned over. I still need to sign them. I think I'm done except for those both. I'm going to go grab those sticky dots. I'll be right back. All right, I got them. These are those sticky dots that I had on the first consignment sale. You get 100 per sheet, and you get 2 sheets in a bag. And so there's 200 sheets, and so it's $2. I believe $2 is what I paid for it. I still have more that will be in the next consignment sale, but I have been using the bejeebers out of these. I love them so much that I think I'm going to buy another pack of them. So I'm just going to stick the dot and stick it on the wallpaper. So will this damage it if somebody tries to pull it off? Maybe, I don't know, but I'm not going to worry about that. My only goal is to get a bow on here. That's all I care about. I'm just going to put a bow, and there we go. Let's see. Get it off. Get it off. Get it off. Am I filming? Sometimes I forget. Let's get that off. I'll put that bow there. And then I need to fix the bows up just a tiny bit. But these are my little thank you makes. So hopefully everybody that I send these to will participate. I'm also sending one. So technically I'm sending 3 out, I guess, because I'm sending one. I might as well just tell you. I'm sending one to Tracy. She's probably, I don't know how many she has sent out in hopes to get this started. So I suspect she'll be getting many of these different things, because why wouldn't you? I think that's natural to send it to somebody who sent you something, right? Who sent it to you, you would send something back to them. So I will send one to Tracy. So 3 of them will be going out, and then 1 will be going to Tracy, and then I'll keep this one, which doesn't have a bow. It could have a bow. I want a long bow, though. I want a long bow, too. Mine. So let's just get that there. Do it. And then I have this little bow here and these little scraps. I'm going to put that in my desk envelope of scraps. And I didn't use this lace, and all of these laces I need this one. Did I do my back? Yep, I did. So I'm gonna take all these scraps of laces. I'm gonna put these in that envelope because right now I'm like really in the process of trying to keep this clean. Just keep it clean. Where'd my bow go? There we go. There we go, bow. So the other thing that Tracy did is she had it in this really cute bag that was sewn shut, and I'm gonna copy her because why not? She doesn't mind. I already asked her. I don't think she minds, but I like that idea. And I like how she put the number 2 on mine. So that just gave me an idea, like, she obviously sent it to more than one person because she's probably like gonna keep track of them and as she sees them, I guess. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think? I think, oh geez, my bow's not as pretty. All right, that's okay. Let's see, and then I'm gonna cut that, and I'm gonna just give these a little trim here. They are kind of long, but you know what? I do like to do like little friendship knots, soft knots, not like a hard tight knot, but just like a little soft knot there. And then, oh, I don't think it does anything for these. I'm gonna leave the knot out. No friendship knot. You get a friendship bow, but not a friendship knot. But I will trim them down a tiny bit because I want them long, but I don't want them that long. There we go. And then this one, and we'll just kind of do fast ones. I'm like looking at these threads like, please don't let it be my hair. Please don't let my hair be going. Someone's gonna be like, thanks, Sandra, nice share. The share of the hair. Whoops. That's just wide is all. Okay, that's good. It's still cute. I like it. I like it. And then this one here. And then these will just be in little random bags. Okay, I'm gonna throw all these scraps in, well, this one too, because I don't want mine long either. I mean, I want it long, but not extra long. My whole bow situation here is not being very cooperative. All right, let me stick the rest of these, get that cleaned up. See, there's a piece of my hair right there, I think. Maybe it was a fuzzy. Scrap out envelope. All right, now we have these, and then these will go into the thing with, this one's mine, has no paper in there, put that over there. So this will accompany this. Here's the make. Here's the mic, and here's the thing. So just in case Tracy didn't get challenged to do one, I mean, because you never know. I mean, I also wanted to challenge her, but I really think that she'll be receiving them from whoever's playing that she sent one to, and we'll do it that way. And we'll put that in there. Because also, you know, there's always a chance that I'll send my 3 out to 3 people who will send theirs out to a couple of people who may not know me or seen me do it and then send one back to me. You know, you never know. So I could be doing this again. All right, so now I need to make some little bag envelopes because that's what Tracy did and I love that idea. However, I don't know that I have bag envelopes. So, I mean bags. I don't know if I have little bags. What am I gonna do? Whatever will I do? I can stay with my coffee dye theme and I could do, it's not a bag though, but I can make it a bag maybe. I don't know. Let's see. This wouldn't go in there. Oh, settle down. It would just be my pieces. So if I change my envelope into a bag, oh, this is now another crafty video because let's just wing it. Let's just wing it and see. This is, instead of being an envelope, I want it to be a bag. Okay. And then as I name my things here, my friend Mitch, hi Mitch, who and I even said Debbie's name. Hi Debbie. She sent me these sticks right here, so I call it my Mitch stick, which I don't know. I hope that doesn't embarrass people when I do stuff like that, but that makes me think of Mitch every time I grab this. So now my 2 items have to fit inside this because I made my bag really small. Although this is my first one. I have more right here. I can manipulate them. After I find my pieces, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a bag, right? That's cute. Do you like that? It's very thick though. So let's see. That, you can see how when I fold that down, it pushes all that out. So do I need to cut that? Let's see. Is that how you do that? That and then that. I cut this off. but I'm going to go in this way, a little bit to that corner, and then I cut this whole thing off, right? Oh geez, what am I doing? Who knows? I don't know what I'm doing. Let me see if I fold this way. Can that help me a little bit to get my cut better? Except I didn't fold these identical, so that would not help me. Okay, that goes that way. Stop overthinking it. I'm gonna go in this way to there. It's just a piece of scrap, lady. It's not that big of a deal. It's not freaking rocket science. I can't talk. Okay. I already had my coffee today. Can you guys tell? Okay, I just want to make a bag. This is very awkward, but if I fold those more evenly, I could do that, and then I can, let me just add more work to this. I can put something right there to cover that up. Or I can just stitch down those. See, the thing is I had copy dyed these, so it's kind of warped my paper a little bit also. Let's see. So what I was saying, if that didn't make any sense, is if I would have folded these evenly, I could have then flipped them this way and cut them so that that had an even cut right here. And then technically I could have just cut these off also, and then, but I like this fold. I think that's kind of a cool, but this piece right here, this is the secondary part to this video. I'm gonna grab my big circle, but I don't know what I did with it because I've been cutting so many things. I don't know where this circle punch is, but I have a 2-incher somewhere. Oh my gosh. Right here. Well, let me see this 2-incher, and I still have my bow bunny stuff right here. So let's see what I have in here. Let's try this one. And then let's just do this. This will be the practice one. Okay. So what I want to do is this. I want to create a bag, but while I'm at it, I can create a pocket. Do I want to create a pocket? I don't think I need a pocket. I just want to create a bag. Maybe I just do it that way. With a little belt. All right, that's it. I'm not doing this any further because I honestly can't think about what I'm trying to do here. No, lying, I'm lying. I'm just not liking what I'm doing. Okay, how about we just get this on there? Let's ink the edge, that might help me. A little inking for the thinking. Okay, we'll get that one down like that. And I want it to go above just a tiny bit. And all my word, it's not really words, but it was still upside down. I kind of wanted to go the right way. Kinda, just a little bit. And we'll just do some art glitter here. This will basically just be a template, I guess, because this is very, very crooked, and I already cut that, so I'm thinking, okay, it's just too thick. If I cut that piece off, it's just one piece folding over. Maybe that's what I need to do. Let's just cut down this line here. Let's just see what happens. Easier. Okay, and then I just have that little flap right there. I'm leaving that on just for a second. There we go. Okay, because I'm thinking, I'm still thinking as I'm doing this about leaving that piece on there and then flipping it up to the back for security, but I don't think I need that. Okay, so let's just take that off. There we go. All right, we'll do the same thing over here now. Let's just go down the line. Okay, accident there. That's all right. That is okay. Took a piece extra, left it extra. Okay, and then we'll do that. So maybe I should have done those first. Okay, let's see, can I get this off? Because I art glitter glued it. Okay, we're gonna try. There. Okay, shh. It's just a secret. Nobody has to know. I'm thinking about putting it like that. There we go. Let's just get a different one. Punching it here. I guess I could have just left that down since this is a practice thing here that I'm doing. What happened to this envelope? Do I want these inked also? Maybe. Yeah, you guys don't send me stuff. I overthink everything. Look at this. I'm like, I've gone wild. Okay, I like all of that so far. Let's finish out the lines. Is anybody like, holy macaroni, Sandra? Oh my gosh. Okay, and then like that. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, it looks kind of silly. Everything looks kind of wild, wonky and wild. That's okay. I do like it though. Let's get some glue on it now. We will do, how about, let's glue these babies down first. We'll glue that side right there like that. And then we'll take that one right there. And, okay. I think that'll work. Do the same thing over here. So take this up this way to that point. Over Chris over here. Okay, and then down here. And then up and around, I guess, because that was wild. Okay. Little extra. You know what, just in case that shows, how about if we just darken it up some? There. There we go. Now, is anything even gonna go in there? What if I want to put something in there? Oh my gosh, if my stuff doesn't fit in there, oh, I guess that won't fit. Lord have mercy. Okay. It's upside down again. So it's not going to quite cover it. I still don't like that. I still don't like that. What do you do? What do you do? You grab wallpaper, maybe some more wallpaper. I didn't grab any more of that one color though, but I do have this. This is like really textury. I could just put that like that. And then that like that. And then that'd be my envelope. Okay. I'm just going to keep going until I can't go anymore. I don't know. I don't want it to be so hard that you can't get the thing out. I should stick with my first thing here. Maybe just put a little, maybe a belt like that. Yeah. Let's just do that. Let's just belt it. Could be a belly band now too. Okay. Stop it. All right, I'm gonna just take this now here. This wallpaper that I gotta open this. This wallpaper here is a little bit more heavier duty. It's a little thicker. So we're gonna take this. All because I didn't have a cute little bag. I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna grab an envelope, turn an envelope into a bag because that should be easy. And then I remembered, oh wait, easy? I don't know how to do easy. I don't. I really don't. Okay. And then we'll put some glue here. I probably should have just, maybe I'll just put some more glue. I'll put glue all the way through this here because I really don't know how this is gonna lay. There we go. I was kind of thinking, oh, belly band, but honestly, this side could be the belly band if there's going to be one. Okay, so that's what we'll do. I need to burnish that down a little bit because that wallpaper is a little bit heavier duty, like I said. And then I got to mail these out too. I can't forget about that, you know. Goodness gracious. I just want it to go here to the edge. Like that. All right. That, and as soon as that dries, I can then put the, I can trim it. Oh, it's not straight. What? I didn't do something straight? That's insane. I can't believe it. Okay, we can trim that off. I guess I can trim it right now. Where's my scissors I don't like? I'll use those. Because I don't care if they get glue on them. I can clean that off with some rubbing alcohol later, or some hand sanitizer, or whatever I have handy. Okay, there we go. Whoops, I moved it. So now what I could do is I can stick this in here. It's a little bit big, but that's okay. It'll work. I'll put it like this and do half and half. Half and half it. Okay, so the items will go inside the bag. I'm going to put this right here because it's cute. And if I had more time, I'd probably make 2 little holes in there and then put a little stitching in there and make it a button. And I think now that I'm using the wallpaper, and I shouldn't have left that open so long. I mean, without a cap, a little stick pin in here. Jeez Louise. Let's get this pin in there. All right. I'm going to have to use this one, I think, because I think this has got a kind of a rubbery texture. But now I can put it around the whole thing. Yay. I just have to do that 2 more or 3 more times. And then I can get them mailed out. All right. This should have been a 2 video thing. All right. There we go. I'd have 2 videos. But I don't think I'd remember. I'd been like, oh yeah, I'll do it later, but I would never remember what I was doing. All right. So now this is the bag. If I didn't glue it shut. Nope, I didn't glue it shut. I can stick the 2 items in there. Oh, you guys are telling me probably don't do that yet. This can be mine. So I could have tucked that closed in there. Well, but I still can. I think I can do it. I can't do it there. If I made that shorter, I could. But, see what I'm saying? Or I could just tuck it in here. I think that's too hard. All right, next. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that so I remember that this is what I want to do. So I want to just stick it in there. And then that's kind of cute too. And I can just tuck it in there somehow. Anyways, if I did that, this would be the bag. And they would open up the bag. And then on the outside of the bag is where, oh, I glued that in there. That doesn't go with mine. Then I'll put the little thing inside there. So I need to get this done, but I also have to go get a few more other things done right now. So this will be the end of this video, my friends. Please tell me what you think. Do you like these? I think they're cute. I'm not showing you the elements I'm sending. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that for the person. If they get it and they do it, then you'll see them there. And that way, if they do it, they'll do the hashtag. And then you'll be able to see all the people that took part in this. But I got 4 of them done to send out. One of them will be going to Tracy, and then the other one I made here for my stash. And then here's all their little papers. I can't lose those. And then I just need to make these other bags. Anyhow, tell me what you think. I like them. I think they came out really cute. I'm super excited. Thanks for hanging out with me, my friends. I hope you enjoy all your moments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.